was okay. Touchy subject now. All right. What's my thoughts on MMA? MMA meaning mixed martial arts, UFC, pride fighting, all this stuff. Okay. All right. I've done MMA. I've done mixed martial arts. I've done the cage thing. I've trained in it and stuff like that. And you know, as far as it being martial arts, like traditional martial arts, it's not. So it cannot be compared to traditional martial arts because that's two different things, right? MMA and martial arts is two different things. It's just can't compare it. At least I wouldn't compare it. That is my opinion. As far as like the fighters in MMA, to me there is maybe like a handful that I will consider like martial artists, like that has proper technique, proper skills. A lot of the fights are very the guys have no technique. The skill is not there. It's more like a brute strength, more aggression. More of like more like a kind of like an energy, like a high pace, endurance kind of vibe, like a strongman kind of vibe going on. So for say as like if it's considered to be like a martial arts, like traditional, no, I don't consider it to be. A lot of these guys, they don't really train enough, like to really fight. They don't want to train when they're gonna fight, and it's not like, say, like you might have a guy that never trained martial arts in his whole life, then all of a sudden he just takes up MMA. He learn 1 month how to kick and punch. And the next month he learn how to wrestle. Next month he learn how to jiu-jitsu. Then he has a pro fight. So he only probably trained for a year and he has a pro fight. Then a year later on he's a champion. I mean, is that possible? Well, in the sport wise, in the entertainment wise, it's possible, because if you know people and you're cool with certain people and they put you on, then sure, then you can be on top of, you can be like one of the best because you know somebody. But as far as being a martial artist, I don't consider that being a martial artist. Martial artist is something, to me, a martial artist is like a journey. It's like a discipline aspect of it. It takes a lifetime to learn. It takes years. Like you train in that one technique for 4 or 5 years before you move on, and take you a year to even learn a move. And even if you learn it, you don't really go out and use it on the person. You keep it to yourself. You just practice it. You want to use it for self-defense reasons only. So to me, that's a martial artist. The spiritual aspect to it. Not just going out there and kicking people in the head and just getting the fights. I'm a man that I respect everything. As I said, I used to do the MMA also. I did the cage fighting thing also. I don't really do it as much anymore. I don't mess around with it too much because right now I'm more on a different path of life. More like I'm back on my spiritual path of life now, where I'm more into like meditation, more now into more healing, more wellness kind of vibe right now. I'm taking up yoga now. I still practice my martial arts, because martial arts is a way of life, and I love martial arts. I still practice as a passion. But as far as going and just sparring and fighting anybody and being in cage fights, that's not me anymore. That was a part of my life that I left, and I'm on a different path. I mean, I'm not putting anybody down for doing it. It's as I said, that I don't watch too much TV anymore. I stopped watching TV, so I don't really know what's really going on anymore. Most of my stuff I just stream. Like if it's something that I interests me that I want to watch, I probably stream it, but I don't watch TV. So I'm more in a spiritual, more in a health kind of vibe, and wellness for healing and stuff like that. So I try not to put my body through too much unnecessary stress that I don't need. You know. So as far as considering MMA, oh, is it like in martial arts? These guys are the best, martial artists. I don't consider that. As I said, there are a couple guys that I consider to be martial artists. But as far as all the guys in the cage fighting, are they like the new martial artists? No, they're not. Because if you really know martial arts and you're really a martial artist, you will tell just from looking at the person sometimes, and just from the first movement they make. You can tell, from the balance, from the formation, the accuracy of the shots, from their offense, how much time they get hit. Your martial artist, you're not supposed to get hit. You're supposed to be the one doing the hitting. You don't take no beating. You do the beating. You're supposed to be defending everything. On the offense side, you're supposed to be the one doing the striking and coming out. You're not supposed to be taking no brutal hits at all. You're supposed to be good enough to defend everything. At least everything. Can't block all the moves, but at least where you don't take too much damage. So, that's my thoughts on that. So, there's all different sports out there. There's boxing, MMA, there's taekwondo point sparring, there's K1 kickboxing. I have a respect for these guys. There's in this. You have to understand there's an entertainment part of it that people love to watch for entertainment, and it's a sport. So, they're selling you something that is kind of not traditional in a way, and it's not really. There is no essence to it. So, they're selling it as this is self-defense, this is the new way. But in reality, it's actually not. It's just a sport, and it's just entertainment. And it's like it's like watching like an action movie, like a Die Hard, and these blown up buildings, and it's cool, but in real life situation, things are different. Reality is different than entertainment, than illusion. Out there on the street is different, completely different. It's different ballpark, different things going on. So always remember, what is real and what's not. And remember that, in the martial arts, there's always respect. There's always, the discipline aspect of it. And as I said, I don't have respect for everybody. The only time I might lose respect if somebody disrespect me. Sometimes when they disrespect me, I still have respect for them. I still have love for them. You know what I mean? I don't go around hating nobody. I don't go around bashing anybody. I just give my opinion on what I think martial arts is and how I perceive it as being. Just from me doing it for so long, and I've been around it for so long. It's like a musician, like a singer, artist, like a Michael Jackson, or like a Whitney Houston, like vocal wise. You can tell, when somebody's singing. You can, vocal wise, maybe like a ballad or something, you can be like, hey man, that sounds good. Like a Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston, comparing it to somebody else. You can tell the difference. You can hear the difference. Like, oh man, that don't sound too good. It kind of pitches off. It don't sound too right. Everything doesn't sound smooth. It sounds off. Pitches off, vocals off, sounds scratchy. It just don't sound good. Same thing with the martial arts. You can tell when a technique It's not right. You can tell when it just looks sloppy. You can tell when it's just person is taking too much damage and the defense is not there. You can tell that the offense is not even there because they're doing 20, 40 hits before they even knock the guy out or doing the damage to the guy. Too many moves. So, if you're a martial artist, it's usually pinpoint accurate, 1 or 2 shots and you're out. So that's my opinion on that. You guys can keep on kicking, keep on stretching. Check out WayneGetchu.com. Comment to this channel, rate, subscribe, and what's